In the vast and often mysterious tapestry of human history, there are individuals who appear to possess a sight that extends beyond the veil of our present reality. One such figure, emerging from the rugged landscapes of the Balkans, was Vangelia Pandeva Gushtarova. Known to the world simply as Baba Vanga, a blind mystic, she became a source of fascination and reverence, her pronouncements on the future drawing followers from all walks of life. Though she passed from this world decades ago, her words continue to resonate. A collection of prophecies that many believe have foretold some of the most significant events of our time. The intrigue surrounding Baba Vanga is not without reason. Her followers claim an astonishing accuracy rate, pointing to predictions that seem to align with events like the sinking of the Kursk submarine, the September 11th attacks, and even the rise of ISIS. This has cemented her legacy as the Nostradamus of the Balkans. As we stand at the threshold of a new era, her forecasts for the years to come, stretching from 2023 all the way to the turn of the next century, present a landscape of both extraordinary promise and profound challenge. It is a future that demands our attention. Tonight we embark on a journey into this forecasted future. We will explore the grand, almost geological shifts she predicted for our planet, the cosmic tempest she saw gathering on our sun, and the monumental ethical quandaries that may soon confront our species. We will delve into the potential for revolutionary discoveries and the ever-present shadow of global conflict. Join me as we navigate the extraordinary and sometimes unsettling visions of Baba Vanga and contemplate the world that may yet come to be. Our Earth, this fragile blue sphere, has for millennia followed a predictable life-sustaining path around its parent star. This celestial waltz, the delicate balance of gravity and momentum, dictates our seasons, our climate, and the very rhythm of life itself. Yet, Baba Vanga's visions suggest a profound disruption to this fundamental order. She spoke of a time, in the near future, when the Earth's orbit would undergo a significant and perceptible shift. A change, not over geological aeons, but within a span of time that we ourselves might witness. Such a change, however slight, would have consequences of an almost unimaginable scale, a planetary realignment with the potential to rewrite the rules of our world. The mechanics of our orbit are governed by immense gravitational forces, primarily the sun's, but also the subtle tug of our moon and the other planets in our solar system. For this orbit to alter, it would require an event of extraordinary power, perhaps the close passing of a massive celestial body, or an unforeseen change in the gravitational dynamics of our cosmic neighborhood. The prophetess did not specify the cause, her visions were of the effect. She saw a world grappling with the fallout. A shift in orbit could dramatically alter the length of our days and years, and more critically, it could change our planet's distance from the sun, plunging us into a new climatic reality. Imagine the consequences. A slight move closer to the sun could trigger runaway global warming, melting ice caps at an unprecedented rate and turning fertile lands into arid deserts. Conversely, a shift away from the sun could initiate a new ice age, with glaciers advancing and temperatures plummeting across the globe. The delicate ecosystems that have evolved over millions of years, finely tuned to our current orbital stability, would be thrown into chaos. Humanity, and indeed all life on Earth, would be forced to adapt to a new and potentially hostile environment, a challenge unlike any we have ever faced. The sun, the giver of all life on our planet, is not the serene, unchanging orb it appears to be. It is a churning, violent star, a cauldron of nuclear fusion that periodically unleashes immense bursts of energy and matter into space. These solar storms, vast clouds of charged particles, race across the solar system at incredible speeds. Baba Vanga foresaw a solar event of a magnitude far beyond the ordinary, a solar tsunami that would wash over our planet. She described a storm so powerful that it would directly challenge the technological civilization we have so carefully constructed, a cosmic tempest aimed at the very heart of our modern world. Our reliance on technology is absolute. From the global communications networks that connect us, to the power grids that light our cities and run our homes, to the satellites that guide our navigation and monitor our world, all of it is built upon a foundation of delicate electronics. This intricate web is profoundly vulnerable to the electromagnetic fury of a major solar storm. A sufficiently powerful coronal mass ejection could induce massive electrical currents in our power lines, overwhelming transformers and causing widespread, cascading blackouts that could last for weeks, months, or even years. the intricate dance of electrons that underpins our society would be brought to a sudden, jarring halt. The aftermath of such an event, as hinted at in Vanga's prophecy, is chilling to contemplate. Without electricity, modern life would cease to be modern. Communication would revert to the most basic forms. Transport systems would fail. Supply chains would collapse, leading to shortages of food, water, and medicine. The digital information that constitutes our global economy, our collective knowledge, could be wiped out in an instant. It would be a return to a darker age, not through war or plague, but through the untamable power of our own star. A stark reminder that for all our ingenuity, we remain subject to the immense forces of the cosmos. Beyond the grand impersonal forces of the cosmos, Baba Vanga's prophecies also turned inward, to the very nature of what it means to be human. She spoke of a future where science would breach one of the last frontiers of nature, the creation of life itself. Her vision was of a time when governments would ban natural childbirth, and all human life would be cultivated in laboratories. This prediction touches upon the controversial and ethically fraught field of human cloning and artificial gestation, suggesting a future where the miracle of birth is transformed into a process of industrial manufacturing. The science to achieve this is, in some ways, already taking shape. We have cloned mammals, we are mastering genetic editing with tools like CRISPR, and the development of artificial wombs is progressing from the realm of science fiction to scientific possibility. Vanga's prophecy suggests a future where these technologies are not just available, but mandated. A world where parents might select the genetic traits of their children from a catalog: eye color, height, intelligence, resistance to disease. The natural lottery of genetics would be replaced by deliberate design, a prospect that is both tantalizing and, honestly, a bit terrifying. This vision forces us to confront the most profound ethical questions. What becomes of human individuality in a world of manufactured people? What social stratifications might arise between the lab-grown and the naturally born, if any were to remain? Who decides which traits are desirable and which are to be eliminated? Baba Vanga's prediction paints a picture of a society that, in its quest for perfection and control, may sacrifice something essential about its own humanity. It is a cautionary tale about the hubris of playing God, a future where our own reflection in the mirror of science may become unrecognizable. Throughout human history, our progress has been inextricably linked to our mastery of energy. The discovery of fire gave us warmth and protection. The harnessing of steam powered the Industrial Revolution. The splitting of the atom unlocked a new, formidable power. Each leap forward was defined by a new source of energy. Baba Vanga's visions include just such a leap. She is said to have predicted that humanity would travel to the planet Venus, and there, they would discover a new and revolutionary source of energy, a power that would change the world forever. The planet Venus is a hellish and inhospitable world, with surface temperatures hot enough to melt lead and a crushing atmosphere of carbon dioxide and sulfuric acid. Sending a mission there, let alone establishing a presence to harness energy, represents a monumental technological challenge far beyond our current capabilities. Yet, the prophecy is specific. It is not on Earth, but on this hostile sister planet, that this new fire will be found. This could be a metaphor, or it could point to a form of energy we cannot yet conceive of, perhaps related to Venus's extreme atmospheric conditions or unique geological processes. Imagine the implications of such a discovery. A clean, limitless, and highly efficient energy source would solve many of the most pressing problems facing our civilization. It could end our reliance on fossil fuels, halting climate change in its tracks. It could provide the power needed to purify water, grow food for a burgeoning population, and fuel our expansion into the solar system. It would be the dawn of a new age of abundance and opportunity. Baba Vanga's prediction in this instance is not a warning, but a beacon of hope, a suggestion that the solutions to our greatest terrestrial problems may lie in our courage to reach for the stars. The 21st century has been defined by a complex and ever-shifting web of global alliances and rivalries. While we have avoided the scale of conflict seen in the last century, the potential for a major confrontation between great powers remains a constant, simmering threat. Baba Vanga's prophecies speak directly to this danger. she is alleged to have made a chilling prediction involving a great red dragon that would seize the world. Many interpreters of her visions believe this dragon is a metaphor for a powerful nation, often associated with the color red in its symbolism, a nation that would assert its dominance on the world stage in a profound and disruptive way. This prophecy speaks of a time when a single power would become so mighty that it could challenge the existing global order. She mentioned that 3 giants will unite, which some have interpreted as an alliance of powerful nations, and that this dragon would hold the world in its grasp. The prediction also carries a financial undertone, with mentions of red money, suggesting that this conflict may not just be fought with armies, but with economic might. A struggle for control of the world's resources, trade routes, and financial systems, leading to a dramatic reshaping of international relations. Such a shift would not be peaceful. It would represent the end of one era and the violent birth of another. It could lead to proxy wars, economic blockades, and a new and terrifying arms race. The globalized world we have come to know, with its interconnected economies and relative freedom of movement, could fracture into competing blocs. Baba Vanga's vision is a stark warning against the dangers of unchecked ambition and the ancient recurring pattern of rising and falling empires. It serves as a reminder that the peace we enjoy is a fragile construction, and the drums of a great conflict may be beating, even if we cannot yet hear them clearly. The prophecies of Baba Vanga, whether you view them as the genuine visions of a mystic or the folklore of a bygone era, serve a vital purpose. They compel us to look up from our immediate concerns and gaze toward the horizon of what is possible. These are not inevitable destinies written in stone, but powerful narratives about the challenges and opportunities that may lie ahead. The visions of a shifting planet, a tempestuous sun, and profound ethical dilemmas are reflections of anxieties that are already present in our collective consciousness. They are an invitation to think critically about the path we are on. Her predictions of revolutionary energy and global-scale conflict highlight the duality of our potential. We stand at a crossroads, capable of creating a future of unprecedented prosperity, or one of catastrophic strife. The choices we make today, the technologies we develop, the alliances we forge, the ethical lines we draw, will echo for generations. To dismiss these forecasts outright is perhaps as unwise as to accept them without question. Their true value lies in the conversation they inspire, prompting us to consider the long-term consequences of our actions and to prepare for a future that is inherently uncertain. Therefore, the ultimate lesson from the Seer of the Balkans is one of vigilance and foresight. It is a call to stay informed, to engage with the great questions of our time, and to foster the resilience needed to navigate the turbulent waters ahead. The future is not a passive spectacle to be watched, but an active process to be shaped. By contemplating these possible futures, we empower ourselves to build a better one, ensuring that humanity can adapt, endure, and thrive, no matter what the coming century may hold.